So since today we're talking about flamingos, I'm wearing a t-shirt celebrating the fact Fiend flamingo, Lucas. Isn't that right? Not Lucas.
Wait, what was that? I didn't hear that because I got cut out.
Doesn't matter. It's fine. Unless they're made of plastic and being swung towards your ankles at Mach 3 by an angry neighbour, it's safe to say that most people probably don't feel all that threatened by a flamingo. However, did you know that the flamingo could probably kick your ass, albeit in one incredibly specific way?
So how is it that flamingos can kick your ass in just one specific way?
It's because flamingos are largely heat-proof, and I say this because the place that flamingos will spend most of their time is lakes filled with boiling salt water. And any other living creature trying to go into it would die almost immediately. And the flamingos not only live there, but thrive there.
So they can stand, I assume, all day in boiling water, which is pretty impressive. And I imagine that's why their legs are so pink. They look like burnt legs.
I think it's why all of them are so pink.
Yeah, they're just burnt.
Like flamingos, I think the only reason they're pink is because they're what they eat. There's something in the food that they eat that turns them pink. And you can actually get orange flamingos and even just regular white flamingos based on their diet, which is amazing to me. But just standing in boiling water sounds pretty impressive, but they can also submerge any part of their body in it for almost any amount of time, including their own heads. And just for a moment, think about the idea of dunking your head in boiling or next to boiling water and fully submerging it in there for several seconds. I guarantee you there are guys out there right now who consider themselves to be quite tough, quite beefy, capable of taking a bit of punishment.
Yeah.
Even those guys, when they get into a hot bath, will cradle their nutsack like an injured baby squirrel. Because there's parts of your body that are just too sensitive to be exposed to that kind of temperature differential. And flamingos can happily just live and walk around and eat inside of boiling water that would kill, if not severely maim and injure another creature.
I just imagine how I struggle when I've ran a hot bath. I go to stand in it and I'm just like, nope.
I'm the same, and I'm even that same with cold water, and I don't think there is anything more badass than the people who either get ice baths or cold showers.
Yeah, because I try and have a cold shower because they say it's good for your skin, for your hair.
No, it's not.
You've had a hot shower, but
No,
I'm
it's
I
not.
can't do it.
Whatever benefit it offers me is not fucking worth it because I'm not jumping out my shower when it's cold. But I've said multiple times there is nothing more unrealistic in movies than people who stand underneath the shower and then turn it on. I've said that there's a couple of things in films that I want to see and I'll believe them to be realistic. One is someone turning a shower on and going, oh, like that, and then waiting for it to warm up. And another one is people walking through a door and getting the belt loop of their jeans caught on a door handle. I've had that gene thing happen to me a few times, and it's what I imagine being attacked by a poltergeist feels like, because the entire lower half of your body is just snatched away from you without warning. And just in your head, it's just tell my wife I love her, this is it, I'm gone. It's the end, I'm going to die. I'm going to die in my house, alone, and they're not going to find my body. And that split second, this will go through your head, and you go, oh no, it's just a fucking door handle, innit? So have you ever had pins and needles in one of your legs when you're trying to walk downstairs?
Yep, oh my God.
And you just feel like, I'm dead. You look at the stairs and it looks like you're at the top of Everest. It's like, I'm done. I am so weak. And humans as a species are so weak. And then you compare us to the flamingo, a bird I think most people would say I could take in a fight. So I look at a flamingo, I think I could take it, but not on its home turf. Because its home turf is just boiling water.
Yeah, so that sounds pretty badass in itself. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming there's a twist to this.
There is, yes. And in addition to being able to just stand and dunk their head in boiling salt water, flamingos can also drink it. And they have a special gland in their head that filters out the salt. In most species, drinking salt water is a death sentence, and in humans, it causes you to almost immediately projectile vomit, which is actually a survival technique I learned from James Bond.
All right.
Because there is I think one of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies, James Bond gets poisoned. And the first thing he does is go into a bathroom and drink a pint of salt water, because when it hits your stomach, it immediately makes you vomit, which empties the poison out of your system. And I'm not sure what would happen if I poured boiling water down my own throat, but I imagine that my insides will start to cook.
Yeah.
And flamingos, that's not the case. They can just take it, because they're hard. I love flamingos. It's one of my favourite animals. because it's so dumb. I love it. Like, because
It's like
it looks
they're just stood on one leg all day. I'm like,
all the time, chilling. Do you know they don't know why they do that as well?
They don't know why they do that.
Like, experts don't know why flamingos stand on one leg.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those behaviours that people have theories for but can't explain. Similar to nobody knows why like zebras have stripes.
Yeah.
And then there was some like new giraffe tech discovered where a scientist was examining some giraffes and went, we don't know what giraffes are. Like, we thought all giraffes were like, the same thing. Turns out they're not. Like, flamingos are up there though, top tier bird, like right behind the toucan, which is my favourite bird because I love how big its beak is. Do you know there's some toucans that use that beak and they use it to hit other birds? Like, they use it to push birds out of their nest and steal their eggs. Well, I think every now and again when I'm a bit bored, I'll look for toucans eating berries because they use that giant foot-long beak and they eat a single berry.
Tiny little berry.
It cracks me up every time. It's like, dude, can we please put in a clip for my own amusement, just a toucan eating a berry now?
So, to sum up this video,
Yes.
flamingos can live and thrive in boiling hot water, which also has footloads of salt in it.
Yeah, and like that environment would like kill almost any other creature on Earth, which means that if you ever wanted to try and fist fight a flamingo on its home turf, you might get a few good hits in, but chances are it will result in you being scalded to death and then just floating on top of a pool of boiling salt water, slowly being covered by boiling flamingo shit as the creature continues to just dunk on you and then leave with no injuries sustained. What a death though, what a metal death. So talking about like trying to fist fight a flamingo reminds me of a popular topic of conversation on the internet, which is what animals do you think you could physically best in either a fight or just competition of like, speed, strength, agility, something of that nature. So Nisha, what I would like you to do now is just think about like the biggest, scariest creature you think you could reliably beat in a fight. Like, a fair fight, like one-on-one.
Maybe a gorilla?
Real? What? You could beat a gorilla in a fist fight?
You said the scariest, biggest animal.
Yeah, that you could reliably best in a physical confrontation. You come out with gorilla.
Okay, maybe not.
It's the same, I think, with like all simian creatures. Like, have you ever seen like a shaved chimpanzee?
No, I've not seen that.
It's like shaved chimpanzees are just pure muscle. Like, hopefully there'll be a picture of that behind me. Like, all they do is like swing from trees, and like, a chimp could rip your arm off.
I don't think I could beat anything up because I'm weak.
And also, it's like you wouldn't want to hurt the animal.
No, exactly.
I like how that's not the thing. No, I'm weak. If I was stronger, I could kill any animal. Oh, because like the one I always think is like the grey. Like, you see like Liam Neeson fighting a wolf, and I think to myself, if I was in Liam Neeson's situation, could I beat up that wolf? And I think to myself, nah, man, because all the wolf's got to do is get one bite, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I'd be too scared to get stuck in. Whereas Liam Neeson's obviously he's running in there and like he's just like fucking bottling the wolf in his head. Right, so let's like not go. We're shying away from physical confrontation because I don't think I could hurt the animal.
No.
If it was like tearing my face. Let's go for like. Is there any animals you could like beat in a sprint? Because I've researched an article about this and the results were actually kind of amazing. So Nisha, what animal do you think you could best in like a 100-meter dash?
I don't know because I'm pretty slow as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I've researched this, and I don't think the article's been published yet, because it's like in the archives today, I found out somewhere, but the average human could not outrun any creature, like down to a squirrel, because a squirrel can do the 100-meter dash faster than a slightly below average person.
Oh my god.
And let's think about that for a moment, like, if you are slightly slower than the average, and the average is kind of weighted towards people who are a bit fitter and healthier, because obviously the people they're testing are usually like younger people in college and university. To get those averages, like a squirrel could beat you in a 100-meter dash.
I have no chance.
Yeah,
no chance against any animal.
The most surprising thing I found in that research is that dogs, if we tried to have an Olympic competition with dogs in regards to like sprinting and running, if we fielded the finest human athletes over every single distance, and the dogs just submitted just an average dog that was suited for each distance, they would kick our ass like 10 times over.
Yeah.
So obviously a greyhound would beat Usain Bolt, and then whatever marathon runner happens to be like, big right now would be easily bested by a husky, because like huskies can run a marathon a day. without tiring while pulling a sled. And also, did you know that huskies can take a shit in full sprint?
Yeah. I think
Huskies are trained to shit while running.
I've seen it on An Idiot Abroad.
So Paula Radcliffe couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine Paula Radcliffe just shitting in full sprint? It's the only way to beat the dogs. You got to learn, Paula. You got to do it, man. Oh, it's great. I love it. So yeah, dogs and flamingos stay winning.